Well, hey gang, it's Chip Wynn of Chip Wynn Motors, and right now the big box truck has landed at Paducah Cooperative Ministry. That is a charity that we are raising all the food for. They will be the beneficiaries of it. And today we have Lacey Bowling, the Executive Director of Paducah Cooperative Ministry. We've got some questions for you today, Lacey. Please tell us about the history and a lot of different things about PCM. But how long have you been with Paducah Cooperative Ministry?
Well, yesterday I've been here 2 years. So
wow,
Paducah
happy anniversary.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, it feels like it's been longer and shorter, both,
Okay.
as it goes, but nice to be here.
Excellent, excellent. Well, can you tell us a little history about Paducah Cooperative Ministry? About when did it start? And I know you've grown and you're continuing to grow. You've shared with me some future plans that look awesome. And we're going to try and help next year to help you get there and get that done as well. But right now, tell me about the history about PCM.
Yeah, so PCM began in 1973, so 51 years ago, if you're keeping track,
Yes.
with about 16 local congregations that said, how do we help Paducah? How do we help McCracken County?
Right.
And how do we come together to do that? And that's kind of what the big draw was for those congregations was, let's pool our resources and we know that we can do more for more people. And so 13 churches started 51 years ago, and I think we're up to over 60 now.
Right.
That doesn't even include all the businesses, the local businesses like yourself that support PCM all year round, and the individual donors that help us out also. But it really is a truly cooperative ministry and has been so for over 50 years.
So it is a very successful outreach, and I'm imagining that 60 different churches, or over 60, you've got different denominations, you've got different faiths, but everybody's pulling together to help this community.
That's right. So not just different denominations, but like you said, different faiths,
Right.
and everybody works together for the common good. And I think that might be how it's supposed to be, Chip. I'm not so
It
sure,
is, it
but
is. I think that's what the good book says we should do. So, well, tell me this. Let's talk about today. What is the need, Lacey, for today? How many people are you taking care of, assisting? Give us some information about that.
Well, early on, it was identified that PCM, Paducah Cooperative Ministry, really needed to be a food bank, a food distribution spot for the community, especially the South Side, but McCracken County in particular. You have to be a resident of McCracken County to receive assistance, and up till now, we're giving about 800 families food every month. And so the need's not going down. I wish I could say it was. I wish I could say, that we can help people more, but it's 800 families a month, and that's just McCracken County.
Yeah, that's just
every
McCracken.
every single month. Absolutely.
So all of the donations that we are raising, they're staying local here.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
20 families a day, that's our average, will stay in McCracken County. You have to have proof of residency to receive service from
Sure.
Paducah Cooperative Ministry. Yeah.
Well, I first was directed, of course, I'd heard of PCM for many years, and I think you'll agree, Paducah, McCracken County is blessed with various different organizations that help the needs of our citizens when they need that help. But a little over 2 years ago, I met Heather Anderson,
Yeah.
who is the homeless advocate for the Paducah City School System. And she and I had a conversation, just started out rather easy. Oh, you work with the city school system. What do you do? And I thought she'd say, well, I teach math, or I'm a science teacher, or I'm a choir director. And when she said, well, I'm the homeless advocate, I kind of turned my head a little bit and said, homeless advocate? What is the need there? And about 30 minutes later of her educating me, I realized how the need was so great. And I was stunned, and I think a lot of people are. And so I never forgot that conversation. And although I couldn't go out and build small homes,
Right.
I thought, well, if the opportunity ever presents itself where we can give back, we can help, that's what we're going to do. So when Channel 6 contacted me about doing the Business Boxing Hunger campaign and would I accept the challenge, I gladly did. So I immediately thought of Heather and our conversation. I called her the next day, and she said basically we're blessed with many good organizations, but the one that seems to help the students the most was Paducah Cooperative Ministries. And I said, that's it. That's what we'll do. So we're raising food for this organization to help our community citizens of Paducah and McCracken County. Now, let me ask you, with Heather dealing with the homeless in the city school system, I understand that you also have some students now that are homeless that are living in some facilities that you manage. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. And so a lot of people think of us just as a food bank or a food pantry. And while we do that and we're really good at it, we also are in the business of housing folks that maybe don't have a home at the moment. And so we have a transitional shelter called Fresh Start Village. It was finished in 2017. And right now we'll have about 48 folks over there staying with us tonight. And many of those are school-age kids that attend school with my kids, maybe your kids as well. And so this food will also support them. We always make sure that we provide our guests with food and make sure that we take care of their needs as best we can. We work hand in hand with Heather and in both public school systems to make sure that those kids find a place to stay, and if it's not with us, that they're taken care of by another organization.
Wow. What a great ministry.
Yeah.
What a great ministry. Well, I'll never forget 2 years ago, Heather said that they were currently working with 180 students, roughly, from first grade to senior in high school. And when I called her 2 weeks ago and talked to her, she said, Chip, the need has increased. And I said, really? And she said, we're roughly at 280 students now. They're homeless in the city school system. And she said, that's not the actual number. And I said, well, what do you mean? And she said, many students hide it.
Yeah.
They're embarrassed to admit it. They're afraid that they will be bullied or chastised. And she said some of them are very good at hiding it. But she said there are 280 students that we work with on a regular basis. And it broke my heart. It really did.
Well, I'm glad you answered that call. For us, food needs increased 41% from 22 to 23. And we're seeing similar type numbers as well in 2024. The same has gone up for shelter calls, people calling and asking us, can we find a place to stay there? We're back up to pre-COVID numbers in our shelter. And like I said, our average is 48 a night.
Right. Well, I tell you what, I just wanted to talk to you today and tell you how much we appreciate as a community the ministry that you're doing and how happy and proud we are to support it and to give to it. So folks, that's where we need your help. We need food donations. We have listed on our Facebook site, our website, we have got more drop-off spaces. We have been to Parker's Drive-In today out in Lone Oak. Paul Parker, happy to do it. We have been to the Crawl Space Ace. Their offices are over by Four Rivers Harley, over at exit 7 off I-24. We're headed this afternoon after we leave Lacey. We're headed to downtown, the Cork Room and Doe's Steakhouse. And so as a community, let's pull together. Let's get this done. And let's help people who are in need. Lacey, thank you.
Thank you, Chip.
It's been a privilege to be here today.
Thank you so much.
Let's do it. Thanks, guys.